you guys have more questions, obviously we continue answering questions. Please type 1 into chat when you're ready to go, and then if we have any more questions, we'll get those clarified, and then we can actually get rolling.
I had a question. For the skill check for the obelisk, what skills are available for that?
Justify your actions as you see fit. Also, lol at net 1 in initiative. So let's see, you've got Gilda's here, Karen's here, Amelia's here, Tool's here, Meryl is here. We're missing 1. Yeah, let's see, 5. Who's my 6th person that I'm thinking of? Targer. Welcome back, Ashley. Did you have any questions about what's going on?
No, all seems straightforward enough.
And again, just to reiterate the question, because again, some of you guys were not here for the adventure last time. You guys can definitely pass your stones back and forth, but it is assumed that everyone has a single stone. So everyone can turn 1 obelisk. If you want to turn an additional obelisk, you're going to have to take that other person who has a stone is going to have to take a minor action to pass you their stone.
By the way, I have another question. The Sphinx told us that some obelisks might not be activated. I mean, as far as I understood, she told us that some of his defenses won't be activated. I think that implied obelisks. Can we tell if any of them aren't activated?
You can tell that they are all active. And the Sphinx said that his defenses would be active, but you would be able to turn them against you, and that he believes that he is stronger with the phylactery in the room, but that is incorrect.
I had a question.
Okay, understood.
Go ahead.
How exactly do the stones work again, the fortune stones?
As far as what?
You said we can use them on the obelisk?
Right, so the obelisk, the way they work is that you can turn one of them off by using a skill check that makes sense. You know, you can disrupt the runes around it with thievery, you can break part of it with athletics, you can use arcana to turn it off, that sort of stuff. Once it is turned off, if you make a check to use the power of the fortune stones to turn the stones against the dragon, that obelisk will be turned against the dragon rather than fighting for the dragon. So you guys all have the ability to turn 1 obelisk because each of you guys has a single stone, and if you want to pass around the stones, you can pass around the stones to each other.
So if I were to pass around my stone, which is actually a functional fortune stone from the alternative reward, where I use the excellent. That's all I wanted to know.
Yes.
Oh, another question. If we use the stone to turn off an obelisk, can we still use the fortune stone daily?
That's what I just answered. Yes, it does not affect the actual use of the item.
I thought you answered a different question, but
the item that you have on your character sheet and the fluff item that you guys have are different things, effectively, for the purposes of this, because it's way too complicated to keep track of who has what stone.
That's good.
Karen, you're up.
All right, Karen's going to move forward. He's going to look at the obelisk very carefully, looking for the best spot to place the fortune stone to disrupt the power and turn it to our favor.
Okay. Keep in mind it has to be deactivated before it is turned.
Oh, okay. Deactivated, then turned. Sure. So Kieran's going to... Yeah, Kieran's going to try to use a minor action to try to deactivate it before turning it.
Okay. So what are you doing to deactivate it? Looking for the correct spot and then poking the weakness?
Yeah, pretty much. He's trying to analyze the mechanism to see where he's seen this kind of stuff before. Perhaps he's seen some of it in the phylactery chamber, and he's going to try to use his knowledge to disable it.
Okay, so you see the it does seem to have some fairly delicate runes that are spread around it in a similar fashion to the ones you saw someone else disable earlier. You're able to find a similar rune that looks to be weak and able to turn it off so that the obelisk is now deactivated.
Excellent. And if I use a standard action, that's like a moderate DC to turn it now?
Correct.
Yeah. I guess Karen will go ahead and is going to use a dungeoneering.
Okay.
Is going to use this further knowledge to try to turn it so that it's now affecting Sephiroth rather than his allies.
You effectively have a key. You find the keyhole. That is the plan. Sounds good. So that will make moderate DC. You see the stone sinks into place. Mark yourself with something, however you would like to be marked. That excuse me, that you no longer have a stone. The thing sinks into place, and you hear the dragon grumble and roar in his throat as you all turn off one of the obelisks. I will show you guys what that obelisk does. So both the active and passive effects of that obelisk are gone for good.
Cool. So that's it for Karen. He'll end his turn.
Amelia, you're up.
Alright, so I am going to begin by telling my allies to spring into action by turning 2L into a champion of justice.
Nice.
That's my standard.
Let me make a quick macro for Hellstorm Blessing. Done.
Alright, as my move action, I will keep telling people to spring into action. I will basically move around on the spot, giving Targar, I guess Arthur, Meryl, and Jewel all their move speeds. As a free action.
Keep in mind it is difficult terrain going up the inclines.
And then let's see, I have a minor action. And I can't use it to manipulate the obelisks, so I think the most interesting thing I can do with that is actually to throw a curse on Sephiroth, and that will be the pink blob. I will, as I do this, deliver a speech about how we will bring him to justice and blah blah blah, everything Amelia says.
Gotcha.
And that is effectively my turn. So next person, please.
Meryl, you're up.
Okay. Are we still affected by bravado?
Yes, you are.
Okay. I guess I'm going to try and move up to obelisk 6.
So
I'm going to do a...
1 second. So as you cross over this area of the water, this weird tingling sensation ripples up through your legs, and you take 12 points of cold damage from stepping over the water.
Okay.
So if you enter a square or end your turn on one of the squares, it does AL cold damage to you.
Okay. I'm going to try to do a standard action. I'm going to try to do religion to call upon my previous religious studies to see if that'll guide me in how to disrupt the runes on the obelisk.
Okay.
So 16.
So that is not quite enough. As you try to figure out exactly where things are and seeing, oh well, I think I've seen this rune before. As you touch it, it sends a wave of energy away from it. So that is going to be 26 against Arthur, 32 against Targer, 26 against Meryl. On a hit, it's 15 points of damage, and you are pushed through squares and knocked prone. As this shockwave comes out from the obelisk.
Okay. And does it just push me straight back?
Yes. So it would just push you to there.
Okay, then I'll use my... Okay, I'll use my minor action to stand up, and then it'll be turn.
Okay. Targer and are you there, Ashley?
Yeah, I was just finishing off my breakfast. Sorry, I wasn't speaking. Sorry, which direction is it pushing me in?
I don't know if it hits you. I'm not great with defenses.
Oh yeah, very hit. Actually, I have no. Still, it definitely hits both me and Arthur.
Yeah. So 15 points of damage, and it'll push you straight back. It's not a thinking thing. So it'll be. Actually, this close to him, he probably actually does have better control over it. So I'd say it's going to knock you down here.
Yeah, and technically, because it hit both of us, it pushes me, and I bring Arthur with me, and it pushes Arthur separately. So it's 2 pushes, although one of them is a dwarf push. So one square less.
Going to get you to there.
And I have to make all these saves. Yeah. So I have to make a mount save or fall prone. Okay, and Arthur has to save or fall prone. And he fails.
So Arthur is prone, but you are still mounted.
Yeah.
Make sure to take the 15, and we're good to go. Gilda, you're up.
Alright. I will move over there. It should take me 16 squares, so I will run.
Okay.
Double run, actually.
Okay.
I will use that to move secret over here.
Okay.
I will use my minor to use spirit summons and summon another spirit over here. And actually, can I see that? Yeah. And actually, I will move this one here, and that will be my turn. Yep.
So Safaraktar is going to do his instinctive turn is going to be to use lightning here. So his instinctive lightning, black lightning, targeting Tool, Amelia, Targer, and Arthur. So horrible hit attacks. So it's going to be 16, 19, 32, and 32. 24 points of lightning and necrotic damage and half damage on a miss. Yes, Safaraktar is immune to fear. Targar, it is your turn.
Yeah. So fortunately, because I'm not mounted, Arthur has his own actions and can stand up by himself. I will also stand up. And sorry, this has completely ruined all of my plans, so I have to quickly rethink my turn.
I can only claim that it wasn't me, but it was Meryl.
Yes, no, I absolutely blame Meryl for it, as always.
That's what I get for trying to do the skill challenge.
Yep. I will. I'll just virtue and mount up again. And that is my turn done.
2L, you're up.
First, I'll begin by entering form, and then Gilda, what buffs does your secret give? So I know, do I have any?
right now he gives actually let me get this thing, so it's only against blooded things, and he doesn't get insubstantial, which he doesn't properly get.
Okay, I'll use a minor action to snapshot on the guy. The button for snapshot. I have combat advantage. Good sneak attack. So that's 54 damage and he can be slid 1.
Okay.
And does anyone want him slid?
1 second. So, you see several obelisks light around the room. Obelisk number 1 lights up. So, you are now dazed.
Sadness.
And
I
Obelisk
didn't
6
get...
lights up. So, you take 12 points of lightning damage and 12 points of necrotic damage.
1 second. I have to check one thing, since I have lightning damage. Not the range of lightning soul. He's not within 5 squares, so it doesn't do anything to him. And because I'm dazed, I can't proceed with a standard action to the skill check, right?
Correct.
So how much damage total do I get? 24?
24. 12 lightning, 12 necrotic.
And that will be it.
Sorry, my brain's slow to work. You also get the strong impression that he took very little damage from that attack. Did you want to slide him a square?
I asked whether anyone wants him slid. No one said anything, so I assume no one wants him slid.
Nope.
Alright, Safar Akhtar glances down at the 2 spirit companions and roars loudly in a laugh. Ah, such little useless conjurations. Let me show you what true power is. Obelisk number 2 lights up very brilliantly next to Gilda, and you see as its light washes over the room, it sears through both of your secrets, destroying them.
Hey, that's not fun. That's not nice. So I take 20 damage.
So, they aren't technically destroyed, they are dispelled. I'm trying to see if...
Alright.
Yeah, you won't actually take damage from that, because it's dispelling a conjuration. It doesn't actually destroy them. It's not taking damage or anything.
Alright.
So... let's see. I feel like obvious answer is obvious. The only person that attacked him is the only person that he knows that does damage. So, minor action, you see the dragon turn to you, and magic pulses from the pillars around, gathering in a swarm around Tuel's head, as little black lightning streaks strike around her body and start to writhe and move closer to her. "31 will."
Ow. That's not fun.
He's going to slide you to there.
Okay.
The dragon is then going to breath weapon. There. It is already calculated in. The minus 15 is already calculated in.
Okay.
The reason that it looks like minus 10 instead of minus 15 is you have the thing and it is static at 15. So I just lowered all of his attacks by 5 natively, and then the only thing that is showing in the
Alright,
macro
so that's
is
the number of
10
charges. Fair enough.
So this is Black Lightning. Let's see, okay. So it's going to be, the targets are going to be Amelia, Targar, and Meryl. So natural 1 on Amelia, Targar's 22 versus reflex, and then Meryl is 25 reflex.
Miss.
Okay,
Yep,
so
Mrs. Meacher.
miss is 10 points of lightning damage, and you're dazed until the end of Safaraktar's next turn. Oh, sorry, dazed until the end of your next turn, not his next turn. And then... Sorry, there's one obelisk that'll light up when he does that.
Oh, I want to do the steadfast amulet to take a save against the dazed.
Okay. Obelisk 2 is the one that I'm forgetting. Obelisk number 2.
Also, what the hell, no reason to save it for dramatic purposes. I'll just pop this dwarven armor right now.
Sorry, was labeling zone. And I think that's it for him. So he's done. Karen, you're up.
Alright, Kieran's going to attempt to climb up. He's going to use his minor action fencing master boots. And he's going to use a standard action to try to disable this obelisk. He's going to use his perception again to tinker and mess around with some of the runes. And he'll end his turn.
Alright, so tinker at the runes, turning it off. It is now inactive.
What was Obelisk 1 doing?
Don't know. If you guys want to, when you guys get an idea, oh, I will say this. For people that have done this adventure in the past, when players start to get an idea of what some of the obelisks do, they tend to write on the map. I have no problems if you guys do that, but I'm not going to do it.
Oh, I just scrolled up. It says that active part is here doesn't trigger immediate opportunity actions.
Yep. So if you guys want to label it to keep track of which one's which, so you can try to figure out which ones you want to turn off, by all means. Amelia, you're up. You take 12 points of lightning and necrotic.
Yep, I will also attempt to save against this daze with superior will. Huzzah, I have my full complement of actions. Okay, it seems like a pretty prudent idea to do a, whatchamacallit, inspiring word on Joel.
That will make me full and I can make a saving throw, which is nice.
Yeah, the saving throw is the important part. I have like no other way to grant saves, I think.
Yeah, I've
not
not done
dominated.
it.
Excellent.
You
I
see
will
the
take a
lightning
move
slither across the ground back over to the obelisk. You get the strong impression that the Safaraktar just recovered that ability.
Okay. Is this square also difficult terrain?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Okay, so I can move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I have a standard left, which I do not like starting in this zone, but I can't do much of anything about that. So I will use the standard to Obelisk 5 did the thing. It's basically any justifiable thing. So I will just use Arcana to disrupt Obelisk 5.
Okay.
As a standard action.
Sounds good.
And another crit.
All of the crits. It is deactivated. As you can see exactly the flaws in the way that he's casting his spells. As you start to interact with it, you feel your sort of demonic lineage start to burn in a fire in your veins, and the words writhe and respond to you almost before you even think at them that they need to be turned off.
That's scary.
There's very clearly some sort of demonic magic happening here.
Well, alright, I need to double check if I have a useful action point feature, because otherwise I'm gonna just spend my action point to deactivate it with the Fortune Stone. Which, did that take a check? I think it did.
It does take a check, yeah, if you're using the Fortune Stone.
Yeah, so, same thing again.
So, standard action, you only need a 20.
User was moved out of
Yeah,
your channel.
and I have a +2 for being determined or whatever
User
it's called.
joined your channel.
So that should be a moderate, so it should be deactivated.
That is deactivated, and I'll let you know what obelisk. That's obelisk 6, right? No, 5.
No, it's 5.
All right. And I believe it was the stop sign to indicate that we had spent our fortune thing.
Correct. The same
All
as I'm
right,
using
then.
for showing disabled stones.
Yep. That is my full complement of actions.
Meryl, you're up. Please start your turn and take 12 lightning.
Okay. Is 12 lightning / necrotic or?
It is both damage types. It's not 2 different instances of damage.
Okay, so I'll take 7 because I have 5 lightning resist and 10 necrotic.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to shift 1 over to here. I'm going to use a standard action to try and do perception to find out where a good spot to, or, to find out the workings of it and try to disarm it. Okay, and I get +2 to this. God damn it.
Yes, Amelia. Also, Meryl, you're just full of awesome.
I know, right?
So the second thing, you're now in dead magic. If you will mark that on the
No,
map for me.
it would be that square that I was in when I used the power, so that square is that magic.
Right. So if you would mark it on the map for me. I was just saying if you could do it instead of me.
Oh, sure.
And another failure, gonna be boom. Although 19 versus Fortitude probably doesn't hit.
Nope, it doesn't. And I don't know if it's worthwhile to even try a minor because my skills are already pretty terrible for this situation. So I'm going to do a minor action to pop my helmet, whatever it's called, the thing that gives you +1 charisma to the end of the encounter for attacks effectively.
Helm of Intellect?
Circlet Mental Onslaught.
Yeah, Circlet Onslaught, whatever. Mental Onslaught, there it is.
Yep, that'll be my turn.
Gilda, you're up.
Alright, so I will start by, as a free action, summoning a secret right on his nose, because I believe he likes it. And I will try to tap into this water, and using it, try to disrupt this obelisk.
Okay.
With nature. As a standard, of course.
Okay, as a standard, that will definitely turn it off. As you can tell that the primal energies are not really present in the water itself. The water seems to be, the water seems way too cold. It does seem to be water, but it seems to be far below freezing, but it's not ice. And as you try to pull energy from it, your primal energy just goes into it like it's just sucking it away, and it just disappears into a vacuum. But that exchange of power does disrupt the energy around it, and you can see that these waters seem to be actually powering the obelisk as well. It seemed to be linked to whatever here is, or whatever is maintaining the magic of the obelisks.
Alright, and I guess I will take a bite. As a minor, I will try and use perception to see which spot exactly I'm supposed to throw the stone into. Shucks.
So the obelisk is going to pulse.
Yep.
And critical miss, so doesn't hurt you, but shockwave comes out.
Yeah, and I have a move action. What to do? I guess I will considering now I know this spot is not the one I'm supposed to put the stone in, I will try to find another one with perception.
I assume you have the free action to summon secret, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you look around. That was definitely the wrong place. But then you saw there was one spot that didn't have that shockwave come out, and you stick it in there as the obelisk is turned.
Right, that's all I
Does it
could
dispel
do.
the current zone of the breath weapon or not?
The zone is still there until the end of the encounter.
Okay.
But if and when he breath weapons again, he won't be putting more of it on the map.
Okay, makes sense.
I'm done.
His distinctive action, he's gonna Black Lightning Breath on the same group of people because they're there. So Amelia, Tuel, Targar, and the Mount. So natural 1 on Amelia, then 24, 34, and 30. So 22 damage on a hit and 11 damage on a miss. Targar, you are up. Take your damage for you and Arthur for starting in the zone, and then carry on.
Okay. I will. The days was until what was the days until?
Start of your next turn. So it should be gone now.
Okay. That's fine. I will order it so I roll my save from Superior Will before that happens. Okay, so I end it with the save, which means Hero's Poise for everybody in 5 squares.
Okay.
Then let's move over to here. And I will Divine Challenge Zapharaktar and Champion's Code him. And that will be my turn.
2L, you're up.
Fortunately, because of Targar being adjacent to Sphirector, I have no way to gain combat advantage. And my life is very sad without combat advantage. So I'll begin by taking the 12 damage. I will then use a minor action to enter Shizibu, which I'll mark right now. And that's too far away for me to reach with a reasonable amount of actions. I'll stay with the zone, but because I have Shizibu, I'll go over here. I'll try to use a standard action to disrupt the runes of the thing. I'll just try to fiddle with the runes and try to spoil them where possible. Would that be something like a thievery check?
Mm-hmm. And this is a standard action?
And yeah, that's a standard action.
It is turned off.
And that's my turn.
I actually marked it incorrectly, so it should be deactivated, not off. Zapharaktar begins his turn. Seeing that you guys are tampering with his things spread around, he roars out, sending a wave of magic. And
User disconnected from your channel.
He's going to turn this one. Yeah, he'll turn this one back on.
Wait, so what's the difference between just the cancel symbol and the ones that are X'd out?
The ones that are X'd out are turned against him. So if you look at if the obelisk skill challenge handout at the very bottom, it kind of differentiates. The disabled ones just have the little cross against the little can't symbol. The X ones are turned. So for each obelisk that is turned against him, he has vulnerable 5 all. So he's got right now vulnerable 15, it looks like. No, yeah, he's got vulnerable 15 all right now. and he can't turn back on the ones that are turned against him. So he's got Targa right there causing him problems, and so he's going to lash down at Targa with some claws. Those are both terrible misses, I assume.
Yeah.
He is going to action point and do the same thing again. That's incorrect. Hang on. So, I don't know if the 29 hits. Is the 30 hit?
Those both hit. So I will take 60 damage. Rather not. After the first one, I'll petrify myself.
Okay, so you get resist 20 all.
Yep, so that's 20 damage total.
He is going to still attempt to slide you. I assume you go. He just goes with you. Arthur goes with you.
Yes.
Okay, so he's going to slide you to here. Looks like, I think. Or you have resistance of movement or resist force movement.
I need to check that. It's if I'm slid, I can have us move together. But I
think I can get you to there.
No, he's not subject to the slide, so it's pushing me 2 squares, which means it doesn't get reduced.
Okay, so he'll pull you to there, and then he'll push you 2 more to here, or slide you 2 more to there.
The question is whether you can have Arthur slide with you when you're unconscious, or petrified, rather.
I don't think it takes.
It doesn't say I can't. It's just I can have us move together. That's all it says.
Fair enough.
So he sees that things are not going the way that he wants it to, so he's going to attempt to dominate the stone. So you were dominated, save ends.
Yep.
And he ends his turn. Kieran, you're up.
Alright, Kieran's not happy this obelisk is up again. He's going to try to deactivate it again. He'll use a standard. Now, is there a penalty to use the same skill, or would you like different skills used?
There is. It should be a -2 if you use the same skill. I'm not going to be a huge stickler on it. I just want you guys to be descriptive.
Okay. Kieran's going to use his knowledge of different rocks and things using his dungeoneering, as well as since he's pretty much triggered this thing again, he'll use dungeoneering.
Sounds good.
Ooh.
And that was just your minor action, correct?
Yes. No, that's my standard with the -2 in there.
Okay, so that does unfortunately mean that it's not going to succeed. 24 versus your fortitude?
1 sec.
Looks like it hits on.
Yeah, it hits on.
Give me a saving throw piece for being knocked prone. So you are there and prone. Well, you take 18 damage, you were there and prone.
All right.
Oh, right, Durf.
Yep. Kieran's going to go ahead and stand up. And he has only a minor action left. He'll go ahead and use a boon. He's going to use Student of the Sphinx, and he's going to make that for religion checks to enhance the divine powers for the party.
Okay.
And that's it.
Amelia, you're up.
Alright, I'll start by taking 12 damage. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is the last square difficult terrain there?
No.
Excellent. I will then go ahead and so that's my move. Minor will be rousing words on myself because being bloody is not fun. And then it seems like Voltargar needs to save against Dominate, and everyone is pretty scuffed up, so we're going to spend another minor, I think, to use Strength of Conviction. So Targar, I guess Arthur, if he wants to, Tuel and Meryl are all in close burst 5 of me, so they can all spend a healing surge and make a saving throw.
Yay! And Arthur definitely needs that surge too.
Sweet.
The Archer was pretty beat. Arthur was pretty beat up. Does Arthur scale with you?
No. Well, he does when I buy a new mount and call that one Arthur fluffwise.
Gotcha.
But yeah.
I didn't know if you had the. I didn't know if you had a Paragon mount now, so I didn't know if you had 1 or 2 surges. Because Paragon mounts have 2 surges.
Yeah, not until I get enough money to buy a level 15 item, which is a long way off.
At any rate, that is 3 actions from me, and thus I am done.
Meryl, you're up.
Okay, was there a range on Karen's thing where he gives everyone +2 bonus to skill checks? Or how does that work?
It's just pretty much all allies.
Yes, it is allies that he has line of effect to, which I think at the moment is not you.
I think at the moment that's only Gilda.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, unfortunately not.
But it's only the religion checks, not all skill checks. Just religion.
Yeah, it's just a religion checks.
Okay, so if it doesn't affect me, then whatever. Okay, I'm gonna try to do a. Since I have one of those stones, I can try to turn the thing against him.
Mhm.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and try to do a religion check to do the same thing that I originally did.
Okay.
So it's a 20.
So,
Or sorry, 21 because of bravado.
Oh, gotcha. So that's the standard action, correct?
Yep.
So just to be clear, you're just barely squeaking in there, and I like it. All right, mark yourself as not having the stone anymore, as the stone is as that one is deactivated. So he loses these abilities. So he no longer reflects damage.
Sweet. Okay. I'm then going to go ahead and Divine Challenge Saphiraktar as a minor. I'm then going to downgrade a move to a minor and Symbol of Champions Code.
Okay.
And then I am going to do a action point to then go ahead and gaseous form.
Okay.
And that is my turn.
Gilda, you're up.
Alright, for my rules question, if I wanted to give Saphiraktar vulnerability, would it stack with the vulnerability 5 all from the obelisks?
If you gave it vulnerable all that was higher than his vulnerability, then yes, it would supersede it. It would not stack with it.
Alright, so my vulnerability is gone. It doesn't matter in this case.
He is currently not vulnerable to damage.
I think he's vulnerable 20 all.
He is currently not vulnerable to damage as a net effect.
Alright. I will move over here. 6. And I will use Spirits of the Hawk's Wind on him. With no bonus. Because he sucks. For 27 versus reflex.
27 be reflex. Oh, hang on. I forgot that I have things. Defense button. Cool. Sorry, I forgot that I actually have to check his defenses instead of having my normal defense macro. Okay, so the 27 against reflex does connect.
Right, so 21 radiant, and he is blinded.
He is blinded.
And there is
Could you put that one to the right so I can use it?
I cannot put it, it's centered on him.
Oh, it's centered on him, my bad.
So
carry
the
on.
figure...
It's centered on any square of the target.
Correct. So you need to pick a square that is in his square, or you need to pick one of the squares that is in his token area, and that will be the center.
Oh, that sucks.
Is that really how it is? Because like
That is how
a
it
large
is.
creature using a close burst one will close burst around all of his squares.
Yeah. I can hunt down the rule for you, but yeah, we had a significant discussion about this on a completely different power. But yeah, there's a
Okay.
secret power it's a burst one on the target, but you do have to pick a single square within their square to be the origin.
So that's only when you use powers, because if he had a close burst one, it would be basically every square around him that would be affected by the close burst one.
Correct. But it's when you are attacking them, and with a power that is like that, you pick a square as the origin square if there are multiple squares in the thing. It's a specific rule for attackers.
Okay, I'll trust you.
It was really obscure, and it took us like 3 hours to figure it out.
Well, that sucks, but anyway. He's blinded, you can shift 4 in this. I will use as free action to get more secrets. And I have a minor, I believe, that I can do nothing with, so that's all. Yep.
So Karen, the effect is
Actually-
burst 3, but the initial attack is close burst 5 from Gilda.
Actually, I will have to see one. It's burst 5 within 10. Yeah, I will do that. Because why not get more zones? I will make a zone. You can skip me, it gives +1 in the zone to everyone, and that's all I will do.
So his instinctive turn does nothing. However, he does have a passive active, so Gilda, you cannot do that secondary effect. So that the secondary zone, you're going to be dazed from Obelisk 1.
Oh, alright, so I'm dazed,
Yes,
and it
you are dazed.
doesn't... Yep.
Sorry.
Sure.
Because Karen turned it off, but it got turned back on, and it's passive of that one anyways. He is going to... he can't attack anyone, and that's very frustrating.
He can only attack Meryl if he includes an only
Yep.
Meryl is the only
He's
target.
coded by me as well.
Yeah, he
So-
can make attacks that exclusively target Targar and exclusively target Meryl, so he can't make attacks.
Oh, okay. That sounds fun.
He can do something else on his turn. He can fly and do something else. I'm just determining whether he should. Yeah, let's go ahead. So I'll have him move to here.
Does he provoke?
You're dazed.
Oh, I'm dazed, yeah. Sure.
Targar, you're up.
Okay, so I guess this works out with my plans. I will share his square and go over to here. Then I will take a standard action to try to figure out how this here obelisk works so I can switch it off. Oh, and I'm not petrified anymore. So yeah, just looking over really hard to make it give up its secrets. To roll insight
Okay,
as a standard action.
sounds good.
Damn. Oh, that was a bad idea. Now I get blasted.
Well, I might miss. I don't, but
You don't miss.
Wait, can he actually? Oh, never mind.
it's not him that's doing it. I actually had that thought as soon as she did it.
Yeah, oh, and I forgot to take damage from starting inside the big zone as well, so...
Speaking of that
Alright.
zone,
Fun times. So, all the way back to... Yeah, here is it?
Yeah,
2,
because
3.
I think it's yes, that's right.
Here. Oh, okay.
You had it correct because it's you get pushed 1 less, but your mount doesn't, so it's a total of push 5.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was fun. So from here, I will just breathe on him.
Okay.
Oh, and that's for CA because he's blind. I forgot. So 28, and I am dazed. Cool. And he is
hit the wrong button.
sanctioned.
Sorry. So you're overriding the other sanction?
Yep.
Okay.
Mine would have fallen off anyway because I didn't engage him.
Fair.
And
he doesn't seem to take any damage from the lightning.
that's fine. I can action point. Do I really want to? I don't think it's worth it. I will end my turn.
You can tell that the dragon is nearly immune to lightning and necrotic damage.
Oh, well, that's sad. Gary, I have a question.
Have an answer.
Would I mechanically need a free hand right to toss a stone over to Cairn?
No.
Can I try to do so as a minor action?
It is specifically a minor action to do so. But if you're chucking it all the way to Cairn, you're gonna need to actually give me some sort of skill check because that is a super long
Thievery,
throw.
to be precise.
Can.
Would that work?
Yeah, sure. I will say that the check will be very difficult, and that is not going to get the answer. So you are going to chuck the stone.
But where does it end up?
So it's going to end 5 squares away. So you throw the stone, Cairn goes to pick it up, and it ricochets kind of off of his gloved hand.
It'll be somewhere near Gilda.
No, it's going to be way further. So it's there.
Okay. Then my attacks this turn won't be lightning. I will adjust the difference in damage myself. I think it will mean I have 1 less to attack and 6 less to damage.
Okay. Mark yourself as not having a stone, please. When you get a chance, it doesn't have to be right now.
So I'll try to twin strike. My roll 20 is freaking out. I can't actually use my skills. I can't actually use my buttons. Okay, I think I fixed it. So this is not lightning yet.
Okay.
So let me include Hellstorm Blessing in this. And that's the hits, I assume, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that will be 19 more damage from Hellstorm Blessing. Then I will action point.
1 second.
And
so 1, you'll become dazed, and then 2, go ahead.
Yeah, and I'll twin strike him again, and again this is not lightning. Are those hits, or is the first one a miss?
Those are both hits.
And then let me roll where was the Hellstorm Blessing button? And now let me total the damage because it's a lot of rolls.
I'm totaling it as you're going along.
Okay, so I don't need to total any. Okay. It's about 120 damage total, I think. Anyway, that should be it for my turn. Oh, and I forgot to take 2 damage for starting in the zone. I took it now. That's it.
Oh, there is... I did that slightly wrong. Hang on. Let me see his traits real quick. When you're striking into him, he does not seem especially vulnerable, but he also seems to be not resisting as much damage. Your blows land with the amount of strength and do the amount of damage that you expect them to do.
So resist 0, vulnerable 0.
Yes, so neither resistant nor vulnerable with 2 obelisks still remaining.
Okay.
So the Dread. He can only attack Lord Merrill. He begins his turn. The obelisk number 3 lights up. He is going to do his thing. Oh, that's the incorrect thing. Sorry. Well, you guys now have that knowledge of what that does. Obelisk number 3. So he's going to make a saving throw. He succeeds. Meryl, you're blind.
Okay.
He is going to... Targer is still dominated or not dominated?
No, not dominated.
He's going to dominate Tool. Or attempt to.
I think that... Oh, actually, he missed me by 1. Wow. Did you include combat advantage?
I did.
Oh, 13
Wow,
radiant
so-
damage.
Oh, actually, he can't do that. He would have had to do it on Meryl. So, he'll still take 13 radiant, but he couldn't have targeted anyone but Meryl. So, Meryl...
That'll miss.
Okay.
Oh, and you probably forgot to include the -2 for Mark.
Yeah, but it still misses. And then he's gonna fly over here, landing there. 1, 2, 3. Yep. And he'll double claw at Meryl.
And it's a -3 mark penalty because mark of warding.
Right. So total. I need to fix that. So the 22 I assume misses, but the 32 probably hits.
Yep.
So 26 points of lightning damage, and he will slide you to here.
Okay, so I subtract resistance first, so it'll be 21, and then I cut it in half.
Correct.
So 10 damage.
I think that's going to be... Oh, hang on. So he moves back over, and you see the dragon as he flies back into the melee, look around, sees Amelia there with the box, and then he lets out this shuddering roar. The Pasha's little pets, bringing my own work against me. And then you see the dragon's eye focus heavily on the box as the writing around the edge starts to blacken and burn. So he removes one of the charges from the box.
That's why I put the lock icon on myself.
So Dragon's Bane goes to 9. He's done. Karen, you're up.
All right. Kieran's going to move a little bit over. He's going to move over to this spot here, climb down a bit, and try to snatch the stone.
It doesn't take a check, it just takes an action to pick up the stone. So, minor action, you have the stone now.
Okay. And from there, he's going to move back up to Obelisk 1. And he's going to action point and try to finish this thing for good.
So it is currently active. Be aware.
Oh, right.
It requires 2 actions. So.
I guess he'll just he'll just go ahead and end his turn.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't saying action pointing was a bad idea. I was just trying to make sure that you saw that it was turned back on because he did that last round. Go ahead, Amelia. Take your 12 and then start your turn.
Yep, it took 12 move action to get to there. Let's see. Do I want to do things? No, I think it's about time we started pounding on him, rather. I will use the 18 from my Dice of Auspicious Fortune to hit him with a Cruel Bounty.
Okay.
Actually, let's see. I started... Where did I start? I started, like, there, right?
Here, I think. Oh, there.
And there. I'm gonna move so that I end up adjacent to him,
Okay.
rather. So yeah, 18 on my Dice of Auspicious Fortune on this Cruel Bounty, and I'm gonna spend my Fell Might on this.
Okay. And if it's arcane, make sure you defile.
Yeah. I will indeed defile. He is cursed. I don't have any damage bonuses or penalties, or attack bonuses or penalties that I'm aware of, but hopefully an 18 will hit. So that's 33 versus Fortitude.
33 fortitude hits.
So yeah, that's 19 radiant damage, and until the end of my next turn, people have +2 power bonus to attack and damage rolls against him.
While you've seen other people strike into him, once his defenses are basically neutralized, hitting him with radiant damage seems to cause extra bits of his body to burn away. He is weak. He is vulnerable, especially to radiant.
That's very good to know. So let's see. That was standard move, and I still have a minor.
You are dazed.
I am dazed, so do not have a minor. I should have remembered that thing existed. In that case, I am done.
Lord Merrill, you're up.
Okay, I want to do minor to sustain my gaseous form, and I want to try to run fly to the obelisk 3.
Do you remind me what gaseous form does?
Yeah,
Substantial phasing.
let me do my macro.
I think it's just substantial phasing. You still provoke, is what I'm asking.
Yep.
Okay. So
Yeah.
he's gonna swing at you as you fly back.
Yeah, go on ahead.
He is still marked by Targar, correct?
Yep, but he's taken the damage this round, so it won't hit him again.
Right, but he's taken the penalty.
Yeah, -3.
So 27. If that's with the
Will
penalty
miss.
included. Go ahead.
Yep. My AC is 29.
Yeah.
Oh, is that? Are you including combat advantage because I ran and because I'm blinded?
Yes, I did include combat advantage. That's why he only took a -1 to hit.
Yep, that'll miss then. And then, what kind of penalty checks do I take while I'm blinded for skill checks?
You may take a penalty associated with things that are obvious, like I try to find the right rune to touch. You're going to take a penalty for being blinded, but it depends on your justification. So you take -10 perception automatically, and there might be other situational penalties that you take.
Okay. Shit, I don't think I have any really good way to justify a way to use my really good bluff skill.
I can think of a lot of ways to do it if you can see.
Yeah, so I'm gonna just try to do call upon religion and see if maybe perhaps the dark powers will assist me in disabling this.
Okay.
So 23.
Is that?
And it's a standard.
That's with the standard. So even with the penalty that you get, calling out to the dark powers to work against themselves, you are not going to suffer ill effects. This is you have at-will flight in the form, right? Yes. So.
Yeah.
I'm making you're not ending on the ground, correct? You're ending 1 square up.
Yeah, correct.
Cool.
Yeah.
So the obelisk is turned off. You just kind of start tinkering with things. You say a prayer to dark powers that you just don't touch the wrong wire.
Awesome. And that is my turn.
Gilda, it is your turn.
Oh,
I believe you're no longer blind or no longer dazed.
Yeah, no longer dazed.
And you're blinded. The blind you put on Saf is until the end of your next turn, correct?
Yes, until the end of my this turn.
Right. So at the end of this turn, Meryl, you won't be blinded.
Anyone
Oh,
has...
I thought it was saved. Sorry.
Nope. Anyone has a thing they need to save against?
I don't think anyone has the save ends effect right now.
Alright, I guess I will use Healing Spirit on Targar. Actually, I should move first. Yeah, I will use the power of the zone to move it. Actually, how far can I move it? I need to check. I can move it 5 squares, so it should be okay. I will move it right here. With that, I will move my secrets, one over here, the other over here. I will heal Targar for 35 points. I guess Amelia can regain 12 points, and each of you gain 6 temporary hit points. So that's my move. My minor, as an action, I will use Exposing Spirit on Subtractor.
Okay.
He is not bloodied.
You have +2 to hit and +2 to damage as a power bonus because of my attack.
Oh, nice. Oh, I fucked it up, of course, but that will miss anyway. I believe.
Hit 0 damage doesn't seem right to me.
Yeah, the hit seems off, but 17 will is not going to connect anyways, so no worries.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter. Alright, that's all for now. Actually, since I missed, he doesn't get that thing. I guess, yeah, I will action point, because why not?
Okay.
As I action, because I'm not dazed, because when I miss, right?
Yeah, you have to hit in order to be dazed.
Alright, that's good. As a action point, he gains vulnerability 5.
Okay.
If that matters.
Mm-hmm.
And
it does
I
matter
will...
for the moment.
Yep. And I will give my +2 bonus to all defenses to Targar. He's not within 5. Actually, I can't give it to you. I will give it to Lord Meryl, because I guess she likes to be attacked. And I will use Call to the Blood Dancer on Subtractor. +2, yeah. For that might hit.
34 will hit, so you will be dazed.
Alright, I am dazed. He takes 20 damage plus 5 vulnerability, so 25. And everyone that is adjacent to Secret can score critical hits on 80 to 20 and gets plus 5 to damage rolls.
Cool. Anything else from Gilda? And keep in mind you are now dazed.
And that was all for me. And Lord Meryl is no longer blind.
Alright. So, instinctive turn. Well, I got 2 targets in one and 3 in the other. So, I think the best course of action is going to be to effectively obey Mark. Going to do a area burst 2, yeah, on Targar, Arthur, and Amelia with my Black Lightning Breath. So, instinctive lightning. So 25 on Amelia, 20 on Targar, and then 18 on Arthur.
Well, that is still enough to drop Arthur.
Poor Arthur.
Would a powerful warning make it miss?
It,
No, wait, I'm dazed. Never mind.
I
I can't
think
do
it
that.
did miss, it just did damage on a miss.
No, it hit. His defenses are very sad.
That doesn't matter though. I'm dazed, so I can't do it. Sorry. I am hit by 25.
Okay, so if you get hit, 15 lightning, and if you get miss, or 15 lightning necrotic, and a miss is 7 lightning necrotic. That's it for the instinctive turn. It is Targar's turn.
Yep, when Arthur drops, I fall prone in a square adjacent to him, I'm pretty sure.
it also can be
Yeah.
any square that he occupied. So
Well, I will
Can you drop
full
from
prone, yeah, where I can grant flanking. And then Arthur will take another 7 damage from the zone. So I will lay on hands the horsey. So he's back up to 16, but prone. And I'll just tell him to run away. So he can. He's got his own actions because I didn't start mounted, so he can shift 4 squares away into the distance and just start flying off from there.
okay.
Because he is clearly dying too much here.
Did he take the damage from starting his turn, or
yes.
no? He would have, but then you healed him. All right, carry on.
Yeah. Anyway, so with my actions, I will stand up. And I might as well roll that save to see if I can heroes poise people. Nope, that's fine. Daze goes away by itself. I'll just drop an Astral Thunder on him. So this is with. Was he dazed, or was there something about that?
He is vulnerable 5-all. He is not currently dazed.
Okay.
And you have a +2 power bonus to attack and damage from me, and
Yep.
nothing from secrets, I guess, because you're not adjacent to secrets.
So I do that.
35 fort will definitely hit.
I'm glad to hear it. And I run out of magic, and I'm out of actions as well.
All right then.
I
It's negative penalty attack. That's what part of this missing. 2L, you're up.
I'll shift over here. I'll use Twin Strike. I'm using it. It does not like us. Just damage flavor damage, just like last turn.
Also,
Meaning
that you're
that means it turns into fire because Hellsworn Blessing. Also, you have a total +2/+2 because the power bonus to attack rolls doesn't stack with Hellsworn Blessing.
Yeah, but yeah, I know that it doesn't stack. I included all the bonuses. I believe that's 2 hits. Then I can add sneak attack, and I can add Hellsworn Blessing for 2 more hits. Do I need to tell it that?
I mean, if you want to total it, I wouldn't be sad.
I'll just do it. 70 damage.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't include the vulnerability from Gilda, so that's 20 more.
Don't include vulnerability because of this guy's stuff that works different.
Okay. Oh wait, actually it will be just 10 more because it's 2 damages since it's not 4. I don't know why I said that. And I'm dazed, so that's for my turn.
He is gonna bloody.
Oh, if he's bloodying, I'll use press the advantage on him.
Bad news. I think I can't actually give you combat advantage because I'm dazed for the flank.
Yeah. So
actually, in which order? Since those are both reactions, they are simultaneous as they are trigger-blooded.
no.
Would I be able to choose?
Let's resolve this thing first. So first of all, did you include combat advantage from all of that stuff?
I did. I included everything.
Okay. You should not have included combat advantage. So whatever you get from combat advantage, remove that real quick.
Is he not granted combat advantage from flanking?
Target can't flank. She's dazed, or he's dazed.
Oh, then it would be 12 less damage.
Okay. So.
Actually, 16 less damage, not 12.
So he will still be bloodied. Now, when multiple free actions trigger all at the same time, the active player's turn determines what happens in what order. So if you'd like to have your thing happen first, you may do so. But there's one thing that is not an action, so that happens before everything else.
Okay.
Which is this, Uncontained Wrath. So as you strike into the dragon, you see bits and pieces of that contained lightning inside of his chest start to arc out in every direction as the dragon roars, and has an aura now.
Okay. Anyway, I'll press the advantage. This will be really sad because it doesn't have combat advantage, and because it's without lightning. But does that hit?
That does connect.
So he'll. Oh, and I'll include the Hellsworn Blessing. So 30 damage total.
30 damage total, and that doesn't include combat advantage stuff as well?
Yeah, I disabled combat advantage for this attack.
Okay.
And that's it for me.
Alright, so now he's going to have his Bloody Breath. He is going to... How is he going to breath them? He'll disobey Mark, so he'll take damage.
Oh, the sanction dropped off after my turn, sorry. So, hey Mark.
Okay. So, yeah, he's definitely going to Breath Weapon up then. The Breath Weapon is going to be Tool, Meryl, and Gilda as targets. Looks like Meryl is not dazed for any reason, I don't think. Or not granted combat. No, you are because you ran. Okay.
Yep.
So against Gilda, 21. Against Meryl, 36. Against Tool is 27. If you can hit 34 points of lightning and necrotic, and your dazed save ends, and a miss is 17 and dazed until the end of that creature's next turn.
Okay. Is this his? Oh, this is not his instinctive turn, is it?
No, this is his reaction to being bloodied.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, I have a question real quick. Petrify stacks with my gaseous forms insubstantial, right?
It is resistance, so yes. So you will also be...
Okay.
Keep in mind that if you go unconscious, your polymorph will end. So gaseous form will turn off if you petrify, because gaseous form is a polymorph.
Oh. Okay, never mind then. I'll just eat that. So.
I mean, it would be really cool to be a cloud of stone. like, I am pebbles! Like the most confused monster ever. He just blast waves something, and then just like a rain of pebbles come down. It's like, what the? Oh, and then it reforms itself and attacks him. Fighting Sandman.
Okay, yes,
It would
that
be
would be
pretty
amazing.
awesome.
So, Tool, did you get hit by the 27 reflex?
Yeah, unless something buffs my reflex, that's a hit, and I included the damage.
Cool. So, go ahead and you go ahead and make your saving throw for the end of your turn.
Oh, right, I can make a saving throw. That's nice. I don't have Hero's Poise, so nope.
Okay, so you are still dazed, and Saf starts his turn. Best choice of actions. Well, someone keeps shaking things, and that's frustrating. Karen is over there tinkering with stuff. First action is going to be to free action, turn this obelisk back on, because he really would like to have that obelisk on. And then he's going to save against being... what is the... He has 2 effects on him, and I'm trying to remember what the other one is. Oh,
It was
-3.
vulnerability and -3.
So save against the vulnerability first.
How would he save after turning off on the obelisk?
Because it's a free action. You can take a free action whenever you'd like.
Oh, right. That makes sense. Never mind.
So he's going to save against both effects. He is going to give the vulnerable all to Amelia. So Amelia, you're now vulnerable 5 all. And he's going to give the -3 penalty attack rolls to 2L, because 2L hurts. Actually, yeah, he's not smart enough to know that that's a bad idea. So 2L -3 penalty attack rolls.
-3?
Yeah, it's not going to really affect you because he's going to run out. It's going to run out before it gets to your turn.
Okay.
So he's got that going on. He is going to claw. One is going to go at Tool, and one
User
is going
was
to go at
moved out of
Targar.
your channel.
So the first target is Tool. The second target is Targar.
User joined your channel.
Oh, I just realized I had temps.
So 22 against Tool, and then 37 against Targar.
Ow.
That's a miss.
So he's going to slide you to here, I think. So I only get 1 square, or do I get 2 squares?
Oh, it's 2. Arthur's the dwarf, not me.
Gotcha. So he's gonna slide you here. Oh, he's not polite. He just wanted to slide everyone into a box and then blow them up. But he missed against 2L, so he is going to use his burst on Amelia. He's going to action point and use his burst on Amelia and Targar.
Okay.
So it's going to be behind you guys, so he's not hitting himself. I'm not including the vulnerability in because that doesn't make a lot of sense. So 22 against Amelia and 24 against Targar.
22 misses Amelia. Is that including CA though?
It does include
me?
CA.
Then it misses because I have 24 reflex.
And that will barely miss me as well.
Right. So Amelia, you take 11 points. So it's other way
Well,
around.
it's half is always last, so I take it goes 26 and then I take 13.
Yeah. So you take 13. And then Targar, you take 10. I think that's going to be it for his... No, he's got his Dominate left. So he is going to toss the Dominate over at Gilda.
No.
29 versus will.
That will dominate me.
And let's see. So you were dominated, and then move action. It's really hard to move creatures this big. He's going to fly to here.
Oh, of course, yes, that completely changes my turn.
By the way, if he's bloodied, could you put it on him?
Yes, I will. He saves versus bloodied. You're bloodied now. No. Karen, you're up.
All right. Kieran's going to try to disable the runes that he saw light up last time. Yeah, standard
I
action.
need to place him in the correct thing. And then his aura is going to trigger, so you take 10 lightning and necrotic.
It's end of turn, not start of turn.
Ah, correct. I'm crazy. I forget how my buttons work. Carry on. Did you take the damage remaining your turn, 2L?
I have resistance then.
Carry on.
Kieran's going to roll a standard action to disable the obelisk.
Mhm.
Then he's going to follow up with a minor action. He's going to try to place the stone in to turn the obelisk to our side, and he's going to try to enhance the power of the Sphinx with some radiant energy as well.
Okay. That is very unfortunate.
All right.
You needed a 2, unfortunately, but it does miss you, so
All right.
you're
He's
still there.
He's got a standard action. Oh, sorry, he's got a move action left. He'll go ahead and do another minor action, and he'll try that again.
And that's a minor action, correct?
Yes, minor action. So I guess
So that will succeed.
29. Okay.
And that obelisk is turned off.
Excellent. And Karen will. Yeah, I guess he'll just end his turn, and it's 10 lightning and necrotic. You said.
Mm-hmm. So the answer to your question, Amelia, is that effect originates when you use the power.
So I need people to be adjacent for them to get
Correct. They have to be adjacent when you use the power.
Okay, that's the way I thought it was. I just wanted to clarify.
Yeah, I had to look it up to be able to properly parse it. Amelia, it is your turn.
Indeed, it is. This days until the start of my next turn for hitting him.
That daze, I think, was from the breath, but I'm not entirely sure.
No, the days was from me hitting him. He missed
then
me
it's
with
until the start
everything
of your
else.
next turn, yes, so it's gone.
And the vulnerable was until the end of Gilda's turn, I think.
Yes.
Okay, well, let's keep it simple then. I'm gonna go ahead and use a move action, and then I'm gonna go ahead and use a minor action on the old Vanguard weapon, and then I'm going to charge him. Hoping that I hit. Let's see, I don't have CA because of things. Didn't you get dazed for attacking him though?
I'm dazed savings.
Yes.
Oh, in that case, maybe someone can throw you a saving throw. I don't know.
Gilda is dominated.
And I don't have access to my divine juice.
Did you fail the check earlier?
Yeah, I did.
Did you roll twice and take the higher?
Oh, I didn't roll twice. Okay, let's see if I can get the juice back. That was against medium, so I'm juiced up. Cool.
Excellent, then things can probably happen. Either way, I'm using Vanguard weapon on this. I don't have any bonuses that I'm aware of.
He's got vulnerability, but don't include it, because...
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna use Stone of Earth to reroll that.
Good.
And we had 4 stones, so I have +3 to the roll.
Correct.
$26 versus AC?
26 versus AC is not going to connect, unfortunately.
Oh well, I tried.
Did that include charge bonus? Well, it
yes, charges in the macro, so...
Unfortunately, that does not connect, so the bonus does not go up.
Oh well, and then I take... was it 10 damage for ending in the aura?
Yes, sir.
So it's 15 because I'm vulnerable.
Correct.
And I get bloodied from that, and I'm done.
Meryl, you're up.
Okay, I take my superior will save at the start of my turn. Boom.
Nice.
Okay, that'll definitely change up how my turn goes. I'm going to start off moving adjacent to Amelia, since I'm still flying.
Okay.
I'm then going to minor action to end gaseous form.
Okay.
And then I am going to Taste of Life. Boo. And that'll be my turn.
So, yes, so 21 does not connect. The dragon seems to be very fortuitous. Gilda, you're up.
And I'm dominated.
Dazed? Or, sorry, dominated?
Yes.
He is going to have you charge Meryl,
Sure.
and he's going to swing at you as you charge by.
Not nice.
So 26 lightning necrotic damage as he gores you.
Alright. And that's for Meryl.
Can I take that? I can take that for Gilda.
Do you want
Do
to?
you have any objection to me taking it? Yeah.
I don't care.
I don't think she can shift while dominated.
Yeah. Gilda can't willingly switch with you.
Oh, never mind then.
Unfortunately. Because you, I think you shift 2 squares as a free action, and she can't take free actions while dominated. So, Gilda misses terribly, and then Gilda takes 26 points of lightning damage, and Gilda, your turn is over, if you'd like to make a save.
Nice.
So the real purpose of grouping everyone up is so I can instinctive lightning everybody.
And I take 10 damage, right?
10 damage for ending your turn, correct. So, Amelia, Meryl, and Gilda, I think I only have CA against Gilda.
Because the miss days is until end of his turn or my turn? On his breath.
The days with save ends.
The miss days.
Oh, the miss days until the end of that creature's turn, so you're no longer dazed. So you're not dazed either?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So I don't have combat advantage against anybody. So 30 versus Amelia, 20 versus Meryl, and 21 versus Gilda. So 23 damage on a hit and half on a miss.
Missed.
Targar, you're up.
Okay, I will attempt my superior will save. Nope. So Tool, you need that divine metal. Here you go.
Oh, nice. Wait, that's the correct button.
Oh, and yes,
This is the correct button.
I take damage.
Minimum
Whoa.
effort.
Yeah, Arthur will take 7 and will run out of the battle for 22 squares or something.
Yeah.
I'm no longer dazed. Yeesh. I will walk up to here and drop a hallowed circle. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. There. Hallowed circle. 25.
25 will not connect, unfortunately.
Then I'll action point and just second wind. And that is my turn done.
2L, you're up.
Does the does the water do anything other than AL damage when I pass through it?
Does not.
Okay, I'll use Ignoble Escape to get over here. And this is shifting so I don't provoke because it's Ignoble Escape, but it will pop power. I will take the 2 damage for passing through the water. Then I will begin with low slash on the guy because I don't want him adjacent to anyone.
Okay.
And the low slash will not be lightning because it has a built-in slide, so there's no point in making it lightning. Damage, she said. Is that a hit?
29 reflex does connect.
He can be slid 1 square up. Unless he resists
Is
the
your
slide.
damage correct? He does not resist. Is the damage correct?
The damage is absolutely correct. I included everything. Actually, let me add Hailstorm Blessing to that. That's the one thing I didn't include.
Which is why I was looking.
Because, yeah. So it's 26 damage. And then I will Twin Strike him, now that I have combat advantage against him. I will include all modifiers that are relevant. And which of those hit?
Let me look. The first one hit, the second one misses.
I will reroll the second one with Stone of Storms. I believe that's a hit.
You can't, it's no longer a lightning power unless you turn
Yes,
it into
it's not
lightning.
a lightning power, so no.
Oh. Okay, that's very sad. Then it's just one. Yeah, I kind of forgot that that's a thing. Let me roll Hailstorm Blessing for that and sneak attack. And that will be my turn.
You don't take any damage because you got another Crucible up, and Sapphire
Yeah.
will take his turn. So he is going to free action to look down at Amelia, and then he is going to remove a charge from the obelisk. Or not remove a charge from the obelisk, remove a charge from the phylactery. He seems to be growing stronger as the wards on the phylactery continue to weaken. And then he is going to Breath Weapon.
Will I be included as one of the targets?
That's what I'm debating. Probably.
Then I will Sure-Footed Retort on that. Let me roll it up.
So he's going to do Amelia, 2L,
and let
Gilda.
me add Sneak Attack. Sneak Attack. And Hailstorm Blessing to that. So let me tell you that that's a total of It's not lightning, it's 47 total.
Okay. So, breath weapon going out. Let's see. Don't have a reason FCA against any of those targets. Pretty sure. So 34 against Tuel, 22 against Amelia, and 23 against Gilda.
Oh my god, and days again.
Amelia
Would powerful warning make it miss on you, Gilda?
It's missed already, but...
Oh, right, because Days is on a mess.
If
I
you
keep
do
forgetting
powerful
that.
warning, I can try to slide him somewhere, though that won't make any difference. Whatever.
It's blast 20, so I don't think it's gonna matter.
Oh, it's blast 20? Never
Yeah.
mind.
Okay, so let's see. 33 half is how much?
16, but
16.
would 8 damage drop you?
I have 9 HP, so no.
Let's Ray of Reprisal it then.
But I am dropped.
You are no longer dropped.
Nice.
Okay. Well, he is dropped, but he pops back up immediately. So, Ray of Reprisal is gonna miss, and he takes 9 points of radiant damage? No. 8 points of radiant damage?
Yep.
I did that wrong. Hang on. Okay. Okay, so he takes half damage, and then I don't know who's getting what. Sorry. So one target is getting Ray of Reprisal, which is I think on Amelia, so that Amelia goes to 1 hit point, and then the
Actually, I just realised I should have rolled that religion check after using Hallowed Circle, so I failed it and didn't have Ray of Reprisal available. So
did you roll twice?
I already did that once. Oh, is it for every check?
It's every time.
Oh, awesome. Still failed by 1. Okay.
Is that including the +2 to religion that
It's
Karen
not.
gave to people?
Awesome, thank you. Okay. So in that case, you do get the Ray of Reprisal and only take a little bit of damage, and then keep it up after using Ray of Reprisal. Neat.
So the net effect is Amelia takes 8 points of damage, goes to 1, is still conscious, and then
Correct.
Gilda got knocked out, but Karen used the thing on her, so she's prone but conscious. Correct?
Yes, and I think Karen has to use a religion check as well.
Yeah, I've got
Yes.
to do a really...
So Karen retains his abilities. So now that all that's situated, the dragon is going to spend his final action point, and he is going to attempt to maul Tuel and Amelia. Well, maul, claw. So 36 against Tuel, and then 24 against Amelia.
Miss Amelia. Thank God.
So Tuel is 28 points of damage, and he's going to slide you down to here.
Mhm.
And I think that's it. Well, no, he's got his minor action left still. So he's gonna minor action attempt to dominate Amelia. So you are in the you're in the zones. You have +2, but you're dazed, so -2, so it's gonna be a wash. And he rolls horribly and fails.
Yeah, the target number is 29.
So that is it for the dread. Karen, you're up.
Excellent. Starting off, Karen's going to move a little bit closer to the party. He may have to run. Yeah, he's going to run so that he can make it over here without provoking.
Excellent.
He's going to use an attack power, but it's not going to damage anything, but it's going to buff his allies.
You got really quiet there all of a sudden to me. I don't know if everyone else could hear you.
Sure. He's going to use Divine Power.
Okay, I assume you're clicking a button. I just can't hear you at all.
Yep. Can you hear me okay?
For whatever reason, you're very, very quiet for me. I don't know if everyone else can hear you, but you're quiet to me.
Yeah, I can hear him.
I can hear
so-
him.
I'm turning
don't
up
know.
by like plus 15, so I can hear him for that reason.
Okay. But yeah, I can see what you're doing. So you're not using the attack part of it, but you're using all the others part of it.
Yep. So pretty much everyone can roll a saving throw if they need to, and everyone gets a +2 power bonus to AC until the end of the counter. Conveniently, everyone is grouped up, so that works out. And Karen is also going to use a let's use a healing word on Amelia.
All right.
Surge +15. You also get the bonuses there. And I'll also... Yeah, I'm also going to use a Bracers of Respite. So you can go ahead and get an additional 14 hit points.
Sure. Let's see. What was the last things I got? +2 to AC and Reflex. Or I could have shifted, but yeah, shifting is probably yeah. No, I'll take the bonuses. I don't need a save. All right.
Okay, and I'll have my turn.
Don't you have an action point?
Yeah, I guess I do. Actually,
Don't you have a way to like get people like adjacent to him with one of your attacks, or am I misremembering?
Thinking of Inspire Fervor, and he has to be adjacent to them as well.
Yep. It's not really good right now considering I got a -5 penalty to attack and combat advantage and all that. But I'll get that up soon.
All right, fair enough. I'll wait another round to unleash the beast, I guess.
Yep. I was just curious. There's some people that are dazed or dominated. Are those save ends effect?
Some of them are not.
Mine was a miss, so sadly it wasn't.
Okay, if anybody that does have a save ends effect, they can go ahead and roll a save from that divine power that I used earlier. And that's it for Karen.
Meryl, you're up.
No, I
Oh.
was after Karen.
Oh, Amelia, I'm sorry.
Thank you. Alright, so let's see. I did change my mind about that part.
Skipped you like 3 times.
Yeah, exactly. Naughty, naughty, naughty. Anyway, why don't I go ahead and try to... this days was until the end of my turn, so I'm gonna Superior Will against it.
Okay, you're not dazed?
I am not dazed. Let's see if I can actually still have anything useful. Did I ever use my second inspiring word? I forgot, honestly, which is bad. I'm gonna go ahead and assume that I did. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to hit him with the Brilliant Corona. I have +2 to hit. 28 Fortitude.
28 versus Fortitude does not hit any longer. Also, you need to make a check, please.
Yep, that was Arcana, Religion, or...
It's a power
things,
check,
right?
yeah.
So Arcana is okay.
Mhm.
So that's okay. Well, 28 missed him, which means I get to make basic attack for free.
Okay.
Wow. Okay, we can see how this is going. And I still have a move action, which I can't really do much with. I guess I'll shift one to the right to make some more space for people. I think I'm done.
Lord Merrill.
Okay, taking my Superior Will save. Boo. I regen my hit points. And you wanted me, the person who wanted the flanking, you said the square diagonal bottom right?
Yeah, this will be the perfect square so I can get flanking. Otherwise, I can't get flanking. Okay.
Okay, I can do that. I'm going to Swarm of Shadows on Savrector.
Okay. I assume that's a range thing of some kind. Oh, it's blast.
Close
21
blast
is going
3.
to miss.
Okay, so he takes half damage. And I teleport to right there, and I'm invisible. And then I'm going to end my turn.
Is nobody going to mark him?
Not with a single action, I can't.
Fair enough.
Gilda, you're up.
Alright, I am dazed, I am prone, I am all kinds of fun.
So, Meryl, you're no longer dazed.
Okay.
Because it's the breath is until the end of your next turn, not its.
Oh, okay, cool.
Alright, I have nothing better to do. I will healing spirit myself, and that's all I can do.
Okay. So his instinctive action is going to be really obvious. He's going to area burst 2 on top of Cairn. So here. So first target is Amelia. Second target is Lord Meryl. Then Tuel, Gilda, Cairn, and Targar. I need a little bit of help of saying whether I have combat advantage because it's a mass of effects. I think I don't have combat advantage against anyone except for Cairn. So is anyone other than Cairn dazed or granting combat advantage for any reason?
I don't think Karen is granting combat advantage.
He ran, so he is.
Oh, right. Never mind.
And everyone keep in mind, +2 power bonus to all defenses if you're in the big green box of fun. So.
Alright, so the crit on 2L.
Oh, wow.
I am hit, and I'm going to remember that I have reactions.
So the crit on 2L is going to be 32 points of lightning damage. Everyone who got
I
hit
will...
take 28, and everyone who got missed will take 14.
Amelia takes 28, she is hit, she is going to react with Vengeance is mine.
Okay.
I'm going to crit her.
Hey, there it is.
Him, rather. So that's 40 damage.
Can I be the
Let's
ally
see.
that moves speed?
One ally within 5 squares. 2L definitely has the best attacks, so yes, you can move your speed. It's his instinctive turn. Can he take...
Yeah, keep in mind that his instinctive turn is not his turn, so you will provoke.
Oh, then yeah, I don't want to provoke at 2 HP. That wouldn't be fun.
Yeah, but you can just... Wait, he has threatening reach, doesn't he?
You guys
Because if
have
it
fought
doesn't,
him
you can
enough
just
to know
go
that he
there
does
and,
not have
and
threatening
MBA
reach.
him.
Wait, let me check.
Yeah, please just go there and MBA him.
Let me see how far could I get. I think...
Keeping in mind that tears here are not real squares.
Oh, I
So
can't walk through
these
that.
are not real squares.
Okay, then I'll just move over here, right to MBA him. I unfortunately don't have combat advantage, which makes my life. Oh no, I won't, because then I won't be in a position to move to flank. No, can someone else do it, please?
Alright, who else has the best MBA?
Karen can smack stuff. I don't know. Maybe he might be second. I don't know.
No, Karen, you still have your -5 from running.
Oh yeah, never mind.
Maybe Meryl.
I think it's Meryl is the answer. So Meryl
Yeah,
makes
no,
Okay,
MBA.
I'll take it.
Meryl is already adjacent, so just hit him. Basic attack.
Oh, boom.
So you strike into him with your virtuous strike, and the dragon's body starts to crumble. He roars, "No, no! I was promised. I am Indestructible. Describe your kill.
Okay, I stab him in a moment of his weakness as he leaves an opening with my radiant dagger, and as I stab him, his body just starts rapidly like decaying and starts crumbling to dust.
So as the dragon's massive body is collapsing and falling apart, he's in Draconic, has switched to, you know, no longer is taunting you in the common tongue. He's switched to Draconic, and he's constantly roaring to himself, "No, no, I was promised. This is impossible. I will return." And then he collapses down, and the light in his chest dies. So
nice.
Saphiraktar fades. You see the box start to shimmer a little bit as the effect of the phylactery begins to activate.
All right. Were we supposed to do anything with that once this happened?
So you know that he has died. The phylactery will basically take his soul. He will have 24 hours. If you don't take the box back to the Sphinx within the next 24 hours, Saphiraktar will reform around the phylactery. So all you guys have to do is take it back to the Sphinx. Now that the phylactery is you know for certain that this is his phylactery, and the Sphinx can finish the spell to completely destroy the corruption that was on the artifact, and Saphiraktar will no longer be reborn with the phylactery.
Wonderful.
Moving initiative. Back over here, going up this ramp, you guys can see that there is a more kind of stereotypical almost Dragonslayer back up here. His treasure hoard is relatively small for the size and strength of the dragon that you just fought. It looks like this is his sort of home away from home. This does not look like a lair that he has been in very long, and probably has a lair that is somewhere else that has the majority of his riches. However, there are lots and lots of books that are much larger than what is appropriate for you guys to be able to easily carry around, but relatively small for the size of the dragon. So these books are 10 feet across, but for the dragon they would be kind of pocket books. So
we should probably try to find Nimar. What happened to her?
So you guys are out of combat. You guys can take a minute of take a breather and that sort of stuff. After that, what do you guys want to do?
Do we have a ritual caster who knows how to send? I mean, a ritual caster with descending ritual. Do we have any?
I think Cairn is the only ritual caster in the group. So
he doesn't have. He has mainly like restorative rituals, nothing portal wise.
Okay. Wait, they're asking if you have sending.
No.
Okay. So what's your all's plan?
Can I have someone's blood, please?
Sure. It's not like I need surges.
Yeah, Karen will give you. He's got lots.
Oh right, Karen.
Nom nom nom.
How many surges do you need?
Just a single one.
Okay. Does there appear to be any controls, maybe for a portal, or like something that mirrors the portal room we saw in the other area?
So looking around, you can see that stone that was previously shown, the one that was a little bit like the obelisks, but different enough that you can tell it was different in kind. The linked portal stone that was there, it's dark. As the dragon has died, his fell magics in the area have faded pretty rapidly. doesn't seem that there is an obvious way to turn it back on.
We should probably ask Bismahis if she knows a way to contact Nimor. And I don't see an obvious way for us to do
that. Can I poke obelisk number 3?
You can poke it, and you can see that the power on the obelisk is rapidly fading with the dragon no longer around.
Nice.
Kieran was curious. Earlier on in the adventure, when he used his map, he detected a layer. It wasn't exactly in the moat area. It was, I believe, it was to the southwest.
Mm-hmm.
But we never visited there. Perhaps with that knowledge and checking with Best Mahis, it's a long shot, but maybe we can determine if that could be the main layer, Sephiractor, or possibly another layer where maybe the bronze dragons are kept.
That is definitely something you guys could do and talk to Best Mahis about. But right now, what I want to know mainly is if you guys could go a little bit further into layer and look around. There are, there's, I don't want to say just decorations, but there is the equipment and the stuff that the dragon had with them that is spread all over the layer, gathered around. The question that I have to ask you guys is what do you want to do inside of the lair? Are there any actions you want to take? Is there anything you want to investigate? Any questions that you guys have prior to going back to Best Mahis? Because it seems like several people want to go back to Best Mahis for one reason or another. But before we leave the lair, I want to get things resolved first.
I want to find more.
First, in the room where the portal was to the other Bronzlings, I think there was a portal key, right?
The portal key is the red square in the map right now.
The portal's key that led to the Bronzlings, right? But it's deactivated right now.
Correct.
Let's grab it and bring it to the Bismahis. That will probably be useful. I'll just carry it with us to Bismahis.
Okay. So you're going to take the portal key with you?
I want to poke the water and see, determine its
So
attributes.
Poking against the water, it does seem to be evaporating a little bit, but it still has that thing of if you put anything into the water, it comes out coated in a layer of frost, but it stays relatively liquid. Like it is, if you've seen what liquid nitrogen looks like, that's what the water looks like more than it looks like proper water. It is extraordinarily cold, and colder than water should be able to be while still being water.
Alright.
But without the practice, it begin to evaporate.
No, the water does not seem to be, I mean, it seems to be still evaporating with that little smoky mist, but doesn't seem to be degrading like everything else in the layer. So what I'm going to do is going to put everyone in order for a second. Again, this is just to make sure you guys do not get skipped and have the ability to interact with stuff if you want to. Gilda says that she is done. Amelia, is there anything else that you want to do in the layer?
Were we supposed to find the last piece of the compass or whatever with the dragon?
So
we were not supposed to like restore it, but were we supposed to find it and bring it back?
So Best Mahis said, in the extremely unlikely event that you found the missing piece, do not restore the object until it is properly dispelled. So.
All right, and the object is the phylactery, or did we leave the object with her?
The box, the phylactery that you have, inside of that is the thing that you guys got from the other adventure.
Oh, okay, that clears that up. Well, I can't think of much of anything else to do other than, maybe seeing if it was like a side passage that Nimir wound up in when we went outside, wishful thinking. But yeah, other than maybe trying to find the last piece or trying to find her inside the lair, I have nothing else to do.
So this is the thing for me, this is for all adventures that I run. I assume that as adventurers you greyhawk the area. I'm not going to say, well, you didn't take the giant pile of gold because, you didn't say you were taking the giant pile of gold. I assume that you characters go around, anything that's immediately obvious can be seen with passive perception, you guys notice and I will tell you about, and if there are valuable things, you take all those valuable things. The only things that I will not sort of auto-assume is if you want to interact with things that aren't sort of passing glance, that sort of stuff. So, Karen, anything you would like to do in the lair?
I guess the large books in the area, does it appear that maybe they can be removed, maybe by 2 people carrying them?
Yeah. The books are very awkward, and they're fairly heavy, but if you guys want to take the effort of taking the books with you, you can reasonably find a way to carry the books.
What does it say on the cover of the books? What kind of books are they?
So there are a couple of dozen different books. Most of the books seem to be written in Draconic, and several of them look to be spell books or ritual books. For those of you guys that can read Draconic, you can tell that the several of the spell books are Safaraktar's personal books. They look fairly well worn, like these are things that Safaraktar's had for a very long time. A couple of them look like they are more quote-unquote generic guide to spells, so like a common, like a list of common rituals that would not really be that hard to find in other places. It's just sort of specially made to be bigger and for the size that is needed. 2 of the books, however, are not written in Draconic, and one of them seems to be, so there's 3 books that are separate. 2 of the books are not written in Draconic, and you're not familiar with what the language. One of the books is written in Draconic, and very clearly, it doesn't have any labels on the outside. It's really, really worn, even more so than the ones that Safaraktar's had for a long time. And as you open it up, it's written by, I forget the name of the spell, but the spell where you can just copy written word. So this is clearly a journal of Safaraktar's.
I think Bismahis would really appreciate those 3 books, probably, as an addition to the library.
Obviously, if we are only able to carry 3, it would be those 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say that you guys are Paragon characters. We carry all of the books is a reasonable thing to say.
We carry all the books then.
Okay,
Because
let's carry all the books.
Yep.
They are obvious and in the area.
Yeah. It's mainly
And
whether you
the
guys
portal
wanted
key
to
too.
investigate. You know, it's a different sort of feel, and it's a different sort of roleplay experience. If you say, "Oh, we open the books and we flip through all the pages, we figure everything out here by yourselves in the lair," or if you guys go, "We don't want to touch these books, and we're going to just carry them closed and give them to Besmahis somewhere else." And I'm not saying one is the right or wrong answer. I want to know, kind of get a mental image for how you guys approach things and sort of feel how it goes.
I mean,
24 hours can go by pretty fast.
I mean, I don't think we would care about books that are basically evil magic for dummies. I would just take any that look valuable or important.
Cool. So, Karen, anything else you wanted to do other than take the books and obviously take the Mound of Treasure?
No, that's all.
So, 2L, anything you wanted to do in the lair? That's you, Mash.
I already said that. I just want to point out to Percy that we don't want to forget the portal key, as it sounds important. That's it.
Targer?
I'm good.
Okay, and last but not least, Mero.
As long as we go and find him, or I have nothing else I want to do in the lair.
Okay. So, you look through all the different things in the lair, you see the portal, you can see the, basically as you guys continue to gather all your stuff up, you get the pile of loot that was in the other room. The creature's body continues to decay, the magics in the area continues to decay. There aren't any obvious paths leading to where the portal might have led. What do you guys want to do? I will kind of give a little bit of a DM hand tip of, you reasonably take a couple of hours or take an amount of time that is reasonable to look around. You don't see anything that would be an obvious trail leading it to where you need to go. If you wanted to go and find where the portal had led to, what is the next plan of action? I know Karen had mentioned possibly going and checking out the other layer, the thing that was marked as a layer on the map from one of the other adventures, or you guys can do something else. So what's the party's plan right now? There is also the option of return to Besmahis with the phylactery.
I think since the phylactery has a time limit and we don't want to get stuck up with the time limit, we should first go to Besmahis and then explore other options.
Okay.
Yeah, that gets my vote.
Sounds.
All right.
Yeah, as long as we come back afterwards, yeah.
So you head back to the area. When you guys come back into the main area of the library, so you guys fly down off of the earth moats, go through the area of shifting sands that hide Besmahis' temple. Take a little bit of time, but you know what you're looking for. Can find the entrance and dig away a little bit to just get down into the entrance of the temple buried in the sands in the middle of the desert. Work your way through the temple to where Besmahis is waiting in her library. You can see for the first time since any of you guys have seen, she's not standing on her pedestal, and you can see little scuff marks on the ground where she's been clearly pacing back and forth along the edge of her pedestal. And as soon as you guys pass through the doorway, which is back here with so for those of you guys that remember coming in here, this pedestal here with the book, there's a sort of an entryway behind it with the curtain. As soon as you guys enter from the book area, you see Besmahis kind of turn around, spread her wings, and give, for the first time since you've seen her, a very broad, friendly-looking smile that is only slightly offset by the fact that all of her teeth are razors. So she purrs as you guys come into the room. So is it done? Is it done? The dragon defeated.
The mission was a success.
So you hear her teeth kind of clicking back and forth as she grinds them in an approving way.
However, we still have an issue to resolve. When we entered Saphiractor's lair, he opened a portal and tricked Nimur into entering it. We need to make sure whether Nimur is still okay.
So she tilts her head to one side and says, "Is it not..." Oh, sorry, she would say, "tricked or controlled? Was it an effect of magic and domination, or was it simply a choice she made?"
We don't know whether it was a trap. We just want to see whether it was. We just want to make sure that it wasn't a trap and that she's still fine.
So you see her her fur kind of goes out a little bit on end, her feathers spread out a little bit. She makes a tisking sound and says, "I did not ask whether it was a trap. That part is not for us to judge. An obvious trap or an inobvious trap or something that might obviously be an inobvious trap does not matter. The point is choice. Did the dragon choose or not?"
She did.
So she calms down a little bit and says, shakes and kind of shrugs to one side. "Then she has made a choice. If you all go and make your choices to go and find her, that is something that can be done. But I will not make choices for her." You can see she's talking, she's being kind of her own intent self, but is her gaze is lingering on Amelia regardless of who's talking, staring at the box.
Well, of course I've handed her the box already, pretty much. I mean, that's what we were supposed to do.
So she takes the box, places her cup of coffee down, runs her hand over the series of the box, and then puts it onto the pedestal where she was sitting, and starts going around activating what is very clearly a magic circle around her pedestal, locking the little blue area that you guys see on the map, locking that away from everything else. She does look like she's going to be, maybe you guys have talked to her while she does rituals before. She is clearly able to continue talking if you want to keep talking to her, but she is going to be primarily focusing on casting this magic circle toward the box that she's placed in the middle of the room. So Besmahis nods when you tell that, Karen, but doesn't seem to react in any other way. Like
Okay.
you gave her information, but she doesn't really find it important.
Okay. Before Besmehes begins, Kieran mentions, he kind of points to the mass of books that have been kind of dragged behind the party, and he says that some of these are quite old. One appears to be a personal journal. There might be some useful info in here. At the very least, it'd be a good addition to your library.
So you see her kind of pause between activating one rune and the next, and she makes this sort of musical tone, like almost like a sigh, but it's like part of a song. And then when she turns back towards you, her gaze is very, very intense and says, "Ah, new knowledge. Yes, very valuable indeed. Give me just one more moment, please." And then she says, "Set them over there." She gestures for you to basically set them along this line inside the row of pillars. And she finishes casting the magic circle to lock away the book, or to lock away the phylactery, and then goes and walks kind of gingerly over towards the three books. The first book that she takes she goes to is the one that is Tephyractor's journal that is unmarked. She kind of thumbs through it. Yes, seems to be the arrogance of such a creature. This does actually seem to be his own words in his own tongue. Tisk, tisk. So she is flipping through it, kind of looking over it. You can sort of tell that she's probably going to look at this in depth in the future, but she's just looking over she's just kind of skimming through the journal.
And Kieran also mentioned something that he found troubling. While we believe that we vanquished Sephiractor the Dread, he mentioned something curious. He mentioned that he was promised, as if there was another party involved, perhaps, that aided in the creation of his phylactery, perhaps helped promise him his power. And he also mentioned that he will return.
So she arcs an eyebrow towards you and says, "Yes, yes. Such a creature is never believing in their own downfall. Such a thing cannot be possible in their own minds." But she finishes kind of skimming through the journal really quickly. Maybe I can look more into his psyche later. What is this? She runs her hands over one of the other two books that is written in a language you guys don't recognize, and says, dark things indeed. She opens it and is very gingerly touching the pages. You can tell that while she was running her hands over the other book, this one she's only touching with the tips of her claw. She also does not seem to be skimming so much as, like, she takes a couple of seconds per page. She's still not reading intently, but she's putting more effort into looking what's in this book than in the other. So, are you guys going to talk to her while she reads, or are you going to wait for her to kind of look through some stuff?
Let's just wait for her to look through stuff in case it's something important.
Yeah, it seems like the type of actions that might not be good to disturb her in.
So she's reading after kind of a moment of realizing that you guys are going to let her read and pause. She shakes herself. Where are my manners? Servants. She sends a little, when she says servants, it's like a chime that kind of echoes through in a very kind of musical way. And you see several of the guys, the stone sentinels, come up and bring a table of refreshments for you guys to all sit and drink and relax and that sort of stuff while she reads. And she takes about an hour to look through both of the books, and then turns back and says, there are dangerous things at work, great things. Things that seem to be of troubling coincidence. If not coincidence, then unfortunately providence. I do not have conclusions. I do not have information to give you yet. You see the kind of the fur in her skin gets more tight and her feathers spread out again as she's a little upset about that admission. But I will look into what is happening here. I believe there is a note. Yes. She walks over, rummages around in one of the chests off to the side of the pedestal, and pulls out a purple crystal. You guys recognize the purple crystal as being the thing that she stored the assassin Akar Kessel in, and she brings the thing back towards the middle, and she says, "Little outsider, know the name, Akar Kessel." The thing lights up, and then you hear this weird sort of spidering thing in a language you guys don't recognize. And she frowns and says, "Little thing, know you a name, Akar Kessel." It does the same thing in a different sound, so it's different words, but the same spidery language you guys don't recognize. And then Besmahiz says, "Thrice I ask thee and done. Know thee a name, Akar Kessel." The thing doesn't respond this time, but screeches, and the crystal lights up and shatters. You see the shadow of Kessel appear in the space, and then just very quickly evaporate. Besmahiz nods her head, goes and looks over back at the book. "Interesting. I suspected that might be as much. These are dangerous creatures, little adventurers. I believe our dragon here has 2 sets of allies, or had. One below and one outside. This tongue here, abyssal, or a dialect thereof, used by the servants of the princes of hell." She tilts her head, kind of looking at one of the pages that's open. "And that is troubling of a sort. But there is more to this than meets the eye. While the creatures of hell are something that Sephiraktar would be foolish enough to make promises with, would gain power and ensorcel himself to their ways, would become enamored with everlasting power at the risk of selling his soul, something he does not need, of course, as he will never die. What is more troubling still is I believe there are agents of the outside involved. I will need to investigate further."
What do you mean by the outside?
So she looks at you all, and then she says something. You can see her mouth move, but you're not entirely sure if there's sound that comes from her mouth. Does anyone in the group have what's in a name?
Ooh, I may have that.
Let's see.
I think Amelia might have it. There's a couple different adventures that it comes from. One of the ones that I think people here might have access to is it's in Thunder Zero, the Weeping.
I think someone had it in Godless Street, but I'm not sure.
I don't have it listed from Thunder Zero. I have Smiling Thunder and Cask of Stormhorn Gold from there. I'm not sure if we got what's in a name.
So you should have you should have gotten what's in a name from that adventure.
Alright, I'll amend my sheet with that.
Technically, it's not every run through of Thunder Zero, but every run through of Thunder Zero that I've done in the guild has earned that story award. So you have the story award, What's in a Name, Nemesis. Actually, it's not called that because of the way... never mind. It's not correct, so...
I'll just write what's in a name and then you can PM me later.
That is the correct one.
Name of the enemy, Nemesis. Okay.
So she says Nemesis, but you're fairly certain you're the only person in the group that heard it. Everyone else just hears a blank when she says the name. And Besmahiz kind of... she clearly reacts to Amelia hearing the name and says, You know the name. Dangerous circles you run in, little one. Dangerous circles indeed. Your fellows do not recognize that name, and nor should they. These are great creatures, creatures of great and powerful, terrible power. Knowing their name weakens you, is against your nature to know such things, against all natures of those not of the far realm.
I'm sorry, if you're waiting for me, I'm not really sure what to respond to this.
If there's awkward silence in the room, that's probably what's occurring in game as well.
Yeah, exactly.
I would.
This normally when you go to Best Mahis, she doesn't seem to display any emotion. The only emotion that she gets is occasional irritation. She looks fairly sad when she's looking at Amelia right now. Go ahead, Tuel. I didn't want to interrupt you.
Yeah, I would like to make a request. Could you help us activate this portal key so we can proceed with seeing Nimor? After all, we have aided you, so would you aid us in return with that?
She takes the portal key from you, turns it over. I cannot reactivate this. Well, that is not correct. I could reactivate this, but I shall not do so. But what you are asking is not what you asked. You want a portal that will lead you to this place, not specifically this key, yes?
Yes.
She nods her head. Ask specific questions, little one. Yes, I can figure out where this portal key led to and create a portal to that place. But it will take time and energy. She turns back towards the ritual circle behind her. Time and energy I do not yet have. So she says yes that she will do it. She's just not going to do it now. Sort of low on her priority list.
Okay, that's understandable. I believe Kirk had a cavern to explore.
Yes. It's essentially like drawn on a map. Roughly about southwest from the moats down to Arkhold, there's a layer that hasn't been explored, and hopefully this could be that hidden layer of Sephirothers. Would that be something the party would be able to explore, or would that be for another time?
So, what I will say is that Bess Mahis will say that she's not familiar with the lair. However, she will say that you're welcome to go explore it. In the interest of making it to where you guys do definitely have agency and you do go over there and do something, but also not taking a ton of time with it. If you go and investigate that lair, the idea that one of you guys had of that's probably the Bronze Dragon's lair is actually accurate. So the Bronze Dragon's lair was off in the desert underground. So you can go there. You can see that the bronze did not have basically anything of value, which was really, really weird for a dragon. But at the same time, you guys have a little bit more information about the relationship between the blue and the bronze. So the bronze dragon's stuff was probably in Saphiraktar's lair. And there's pretty much minimal things of value in the lair, although you guys would have gotten a little bit of circumstantial information to be able to see that the bronze dragon was injured, that there were some things going on. But the information you guys would have gotten from the lair of the bronze dragon is all information that is stuff you have already gotten from other sources or no longer as relevant because you guys have already done the rest of the adventure.
Okay.
So, Best Mahis is going to do the ritual and do some other things. The session will effectively end here unless you guys have specific things that you want to talk to Best Mahis about. So I do want to go and go once through everyone to make sure that everyone has had a chance to say what they wanted to and get whatever information they would like to get from Best Mahis. So Targar, is there anything you would like to do with Besmahiz or be in the library?
No, Targar's not particularly comfortable with Besmahiz and will not be conversing with her.
Okay. Amelia?
As per usual, I can't think of anything special to do right now.
Okay. Karen?
No, nothing at present.
Okay. Meryl?
Nope.
2L?
Nope.
And last but not least, Gilda.
Nope.
So Besmahiz finishes sealing off the magic circle, holding in the box. She will then turn and say that she's got to prepare herself for doing the ritual, and the ritual is going to take her quite a bit of time, and she does not want any form of interruption. So not only is she going to be sending all of you all back to the guild, but she's going to be sending a couple of the people that are from the guild and from other places that are researching here. She's going to be kicking everyone out of the library while she does this, so she's not disturbed. And we'll open a portal and let you guys go back to the guild. You guys keep all of the stuff. She will, for those of you guys that have the stones, she will say, "These stones are part of what they seem, but they have great potential indeed. The Pasha and I worked with experiments and artifacts using these stones in the past. Should you get a little bit of strength and I have enough time to recover, come back to me once all of this is handled." She gestures towards the phylactery. "And I will see what I can do about further empowering your stones." So, you got story words. So you guys all get Stone of Hidden Power. So, if you did not have Potential Student, you now have Potential Student. If you did have Potential Student, you now have Student of the Sphinx.
Wait, did Godless Tree give potential student?
It could give Potential Student. It depends on what your actions were in Godless 3. So, some people can get it, some people can't. The DM does not remember whether you got it or not, which is...
Okay.
This is as much as I could say.
I got it and got this one.
I remember that people got potential student upgraded in Godless Tree.
Yes.
But anyone sure whether anyone got it.
I don't remember either because it's an individual thing. So, you guys all get Stone of Hidden Power, Potential Student, or Student of the Sphinx. If anyone got Student of the Sphinx today, let me know and I'll show you what the Student of the Sphinx alternative reward does. You guys all get Dragonslayer.
I just got it.
Cool. Actually, if anyone has a good macro that has Student of the Sphinx in it, if you can click the macro for me. Otherwise, I can... Yes, if you did not have Potential Student, you gain Potential Student. If you already had Potential Student, you gain Student of the Sphinx. If you already had Student of the Sphinx, it doesn't do anything. The dragon did not escape. You guys did not do it the hard way. You get Disc Cleanse and Heart of Bronze. Because you guys made a bunch of choices in this adventure and the previous one, it might seem like you guys get a whole bunch of story awards, but it's because you guys have gone down a particular path. So, make sure you denote the story awards that you guys got.
Gary, just as a thing, did the Sphinx take away our flying carpets?
She does ask for the flying carpets to be returned, not because she doesn't want you to keep them, but because the magic of the flying carpets will fade, and she would prefer you not to fall out of the sky while you're riding on one of her carpets.
Alright.
The optional... Actually, I'll bring you guys back to the guild hall. So, optional rewards are the Ineffable Secret of Death +3, Lifebane Weapon +3. If you do not have a stone from Besmahiz, you may also have a choice of stone. You cannot choose a second stone if you already have a stone from Besmahiz. So each of the stones can be upgraded in 2 ways. You do not have to keep track of this if you do not want to, but just to be clear, this is what you have to do to upgrade the stones, is bring her ritual components to be able to upgrade the stone. If you do the ritual and destroy the stone in the process, then the cost is 73,500. If you do the ritual, but you want to keep the stone, the cost is 81,000. So take a minute to look over the optional loot. I don't really think it's. I think for those of you guys that are taking stones, you're probably taking stones. And I will do loot.
Do experience first.
Yes, oh, sorry. I said loot, but I meant experience.
Okay, I'm confused how the optional loot works.
I can't type and talk. 1 second.
You can take it instead of rolling for loot. You have to announce it before you roll for loot.
Okay, so 2880 experience and 5355 gold pieces for everybody. So yeah, the way that optional loot works is it counts against you for the purposes of RNG. So if you get a loot, get an item from optional loot, then that's your item for the level for RNG purposes. It means that you do not roll for loot at the end of the session. So instead of rolling for loot at the end of the session, you can automatically take 1 piece of optional loot. There is not a certain set specific number of optional loot options. So if, for example, there is a Stone of Earth and 5 people want a Stone of Earth, everyone can take Stone of Earth. It's not limited by... There's not a certain number of stones. It's just options for anyone who wants it.
Okay, so like the choice of stone, that counts as optional loot, right?
Correct. That would be your choice of optional loot. So, if you guys could place yourselves on the chart where you guys are for level. Karen, you should be 12, right?
Just gonna double check.